Jukun clans and cults. In this video, we will discuss some clans and cults scattered among the Jukuns, their names, leaders, goals, and common interests. First off, a clan can be referred to as a group of people from a common ancestor or a group united by a common interest or characteristics. A cult, on the other hand, is a social group that is defined by its unusual religious, spiritual, or philosophical beliefs and rituals. The Jukuns worship a host of minor deities, each with a shrine of its own. Some of these may be public, like Kenjo, Yaku and Ayo, but the majority are private cults of particular families. Here are some clans or cults that exist in Jukun Land. They include Kenjo, Adom, Akuma, Adasha, Akuasheki, Agashi, Yaku, Wayu, Ashina, Asoki, Wapangaku, Achunyande, Agadu, Buhu, and Jopi. We will capture quite a number of these cults or clans that exist in the Jukun Land. The Kenjo cult. The Kenjo cult is one of the most important Jukun cults which many identify with. It is a public cult. It is either maintained by the king or local chief, though the administration is delegated to a priest known as Avu Kenjo. Kenjo is a deity specially connected with the land and the bushlands. The first fruits are therefore offered to Kenjo, and being the patron of the bush, he is the special protector of hunters. The Jukuns believe that Kenjo was a historical person that is identified with one Adi or Kwararafa, who was a mighty hunter. He hunted on horsebacks, and when he speared an animal, he would leap down from his horse, hamstring it, and then cut its throat. One day, he and his horse disappeared into the earth, and thereafter, no one had any luck in hunting. Kenjo is also believed to be the patron of war and giver of victory by those who identify him as a deity. After his disappearance, it is said that when the Jukuns were hard-pressed or challenged, the king would direct the priests of Kenjo to bring the sacred spear of the cult. The priest will call on the royal ancestors and recharge the spear with magical powers. Then he would place the spear on the wall of the city. If an arrow is shot at him, he will catch it in his hand and order it to be placed in the shrine of the god. The functions of the Kenjo among the Jukuns include the control of lightning and rain. If drought overtakes the land and the divining apparatus declares that Kenjo was responsible, the king or local chiefs will send a supply of corn to the Avu, the priest, who places it in a dish in his compound and says, "If you, Kenjo, have hindered the rain on account of any injury to you, we confess our fault and crave your forgiveness." Sick people frequently make offerings at the shrine of Kenjo, and in some cases the cult is used like that of Aku Ahwa as the mouthpiece of the ancestral spirits for delivering messages to their living relatives. Just as the Kenjo cult provided protection for Jukun inhabitants who identified with it, another cult exists with the Jukun people at Kona that offers a similar function to that of Kenjo, the Adom cult. Adom or Ado is a Jukun clan or cult located at Kona, which is feared and revered by all the Kona as well as by the neighboring tribes. The priest of this cult is Kawo, and he is assisted by the Kumaba, Kasha, and Katop. The symbol of the cult is a close secret known only to the priest, his assistants, and the chief. In times of drought, the chief arrays himself in a black garment and set out as though to inspect the crops. After a short time, he returns to the shrine of Adom in the presence of the priest. He will make utterances as prayer to their Adom deity to send down the rain. Such a prayer is then believed to be followed by rainfall. But if no rainfall is noticed afterwards, libations like the blood of a sheep is offered as sacrifice to the priest who offers it to the Adom deity. It is recorded that such exercise is then followed by heavy rainfall on the land, which stands as proof that the Adom deity heard the plea of its people and came to their aid. Hunters who succeeded in killing a leopard or lion must first present themselves at the shrine of Adom before handing over the skin of the animal to the chief. They will cover themselves with a cap of locust bean leaves, a protection against assaults by the pursuing ghost of the animal. Then they will salute the cow, who congratulates them, saying that it is his daily prayer that when hunters go to the bush, Inu will open the eyes of the hunters and blind the eyes of the animal. The Adom priest, known as Kawo, is subject to numerous taboos. The Kawo may not wear any white garment. He may not sleep with his wife on a raised bedstead, but only on a mat on the ground. He may not smoke tobacco or drink from any calabash except his own. Like the chief, he may not go near the farms after the crops have begun to sprout, for it is said that if any grain were to fall on his head, the crops will immediately wither. For this reason, he confines himself to his quarters until the conclusion of the harvest. Aside the Adom deity, the Jukun in Kona identify with the Akuma of Donga and Takum. It is another cult or clan the Jukuns identify themselves with, the Akuma cult. Akuma is a cult of considerable importance, especially in the Donga and Takum area. The symbol of the cult is a horned mask, which seems to represent a ram or possibly a heartbeat. The mask is kept on a shelf in a special hut of the sacred enclosure and is nurtured with care in order not to be destroyed by white ants. Any sick person may approach the Akuma shrine with an offering in order to secure the assistance of the deity. In some cases, the Akuma will take the mask, smear it with red earth and oil, and place it on the sick man's body, at the same time asking that the sick person may be restored to health. Akuma is a male deity and may appear in public on the occasion of the death of a member of the household, accompanied by his wife, who wears a netted costume with holes for the eyes and two protuberances covered with cloth. The cult is known generally to give counsel to those who seek advice. The deity is being personalized by a man who delivers messages from the princess of the shrine. These are few out of the many cults the Jukuns identify with in Jukun Land. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do so to get quick notification each time we post amazing videos like this one. Thank you for watching.